Uh, in TM Rewa's absence, I'll be the Sergeant at Arms, SSAA, for today's meeting. And I welcome you all to the 26th meeting of WIN Toastmaster Club. Because today's topic is the act of gifting, let's start with a little gift. What's it? Let's start by gifting us the biggest gift that we can give ourselves, the gift of breath. So I will like to invite you to imagine a square in front of you. So we will go from bottom left to top left with our breath. Breathe in, then hold, top, then breathe out will be top right to bottom right, and hold will be the bottom portion of the square. Is it clear? We go like this: breathe in, hold, breathe out, hold. And in each section, I will make 4 counts, and you will breathe in with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, breathe out, and 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. So everybody ready to give yourself this little gift of breathing? Give me a thumbs up if you're ready. Great. So just relax. Sit down with your spine straight and keep your hands on your lap. I know mobile is in front of us, the keyboard is calling us, but let's keep our hands on our lap, on our 2 eyes maybe. And we start breathing in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Once again, second time. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. And one last time. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Even though, thank you so much everybody for doing that. And if we can gift that to ourselves each morning, at least for 10 times, and whenever you are feeling agitated or angry or anxious, whenever you do this mindfulness exercise, I'm sure you can gift yourself the best gift that there can be, the gift of breathing. Thank you so much for cooperating. Before starting the meeting, I would like to mention 3 or 4 ground rules which we follow in Toastmaster meeting, especially the virtual ones. Please turn off your mobile phones or put them in silent mode when you are speaking. Please put yourself on mute if you are not speaking. As Toastmasters, we don't talk about sex, religion, and politics. So please refrain from discussing these topics. Please do not use abbreviations like TMOD, Toastmaster of the Day, is a better option than TMOD. Please keep your video turned on during the entire session. And as we say, as everybody in their life has a mission to achieve their goals, likewise, like Toastmaster DTM Abhishek was mentioning about our goals in next few months. Like that, in Toastmaster Club, we also have a mission. The mission of Toastmaster Club is to provide a mutually supportive and positive learning environment in which every member has the opportunity to develop communication and leadership skills, which in turn fosters self-confidence, personal growth, and many other skills. With this, I announce this meeting as open, and I hand over the stage to TMOD, Moumita, or President Ruchira.
Yeah, not a problem, Toastmaster Priyanka. Thank you so much for taking up the role today and playing it for the first time. Thank you so much. Keep a warm round of applause going for our very sporting Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Priyanka. Good evening and welcome everyone to the 26th chapter of WIN Toastmasters Club. And before we move ahead with the rest of the session, I'd like to take a quick introduction from our guest here today evening. I can see we have guest Darshana with us. So guest Darshana, if you'd like to give us a quick introduction of how you got to know about today's meeting and what are your expectations?
Hey everyone, I'm Darshana. I am pursuing MBBS as like a profession, but my hobby is writing, storytelling, poetry, and I do open mics quite often. So I was on Clubhouse on this platform, create something great, nurturing greatness. Yeah, that's what you call it. So there I found out Shruti Srivastava. She is a Toastmaster as well. So I ended up texting her because I found the way she was speaking very effective. So I ended up texting her, and it's a coincidence. It happened so that just a few days ago, I found out a video of Toastmasters International which said, "I see something in you." So I saw that video. I liked that, and then it was a series of watching videos. So that's when I saw Shruti's bio which said Toastmaster. So I ended up texting her that what is it about Toastmasters? How do you get into it? And like, can you give me more insight about the same? So that is how I got to know about today's meeting. And yeah, so I'm here.
Okay, that's a really interesting story. I think you're our first Clubhouse guest who's come to our club through the Clubhouse platform, and we're really looking forward to having you here for our session. And hopefully, you'll learn what Toastmasters is about and enjoy the evening today. With that, we also have with us Toastmaster guests from other clubs today. We have our Toastmaster Nidhi, and we have with us our speaker, Toastmaster Kamalina, and I'll take your feedback at the end of today's session. Now, moving on with the rest of the session, as we do have a guest with us today, let me quickly explain in brief what Toastmasters is. So Toastmasters is an international organization that is dedicated to building better speakers and better public speakers and leaders of tomorrow through a structured learning process. Now, at WIN Toastmasters, we believe in providing a safe environment for all of us as ladies to come forward, and we believe in empowering each woman through our words. Now that brings me to my short address for today's message. I was listening to this podcast when I realized that our thoughts are what we believe we think we are. But it can be argued that the real power lies in our words. It is our words that provide a bold affirmation of our innermost thoughts, and they are a confirmation to the world of how we see others and how we see our lives as well. So I'd like to leave you with 3 important rules in a way of talking to yourself to remember the power of words. Number 1 is choosing your words wisely. As a society, we are conditioned to talking about our misfortunes and our problems. But our words are the paint with which we can paint our reality. So choose those words wisely and positively to create a reality that is good for you. Number 2, remember that I am what I am. Affirm who you are, your dreams, your hopes, and your successes with the 2 most powerful words that you can use as a person, I am. As women, we tend to be our own harshest critics, and it doesn't even matter if there's any truth in the words that we're speaking. But what matters is how we finish those 2 little words, because that is how we define ourselves. And rule number 3, before you speak anything, speak from your heart and ask yourself, why are you about to say something? And how is this going to serve me? If you ask these 2 important questions, you will discover that sometimes you speak out of fear. The fear that maybe you're not good enough, the fear that you're in a wrong relationship or in a wrong career. Instead, choose your words bravely, consciously, and lovingly. And at WIN Toastmasters, we believe in the power of words, and we manifest this with our tagline of empowering women through words. And today, to take the session forward as an anchor for the session, we have with us a lady who embodies this, not just through words on paper, but also through the creative posters that she makes for our clubs. As a person, she is focused, determined lady who is at the same time savage, hilarious, and has grown to be a great friend. Please join me in welcoming our Toastmaster of the evening and our Vice President Public Relations of our club, Toastmaster Moumita. Over to you, Madam Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ruchira, for the lovely introduction. So, good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Last week, we have a very special meeting. We have our 25th meeting, but that wasn't the only special thing. It was also Raksha Bandhan that day, and because of which many of our members bailed on us. But we Toastmasters don't hold grudges, we make things out of them. So here we are today with the theme, the art of gifting. So can anyone tell me what is the most important thing in Rakhi? Okay, let me see if anyone has raised their hand. No one knows what is the most important thing in Rakhi. Okay, Toastmaster Nilu, what is it?
Obviously, gift.
Yes, exactly. It is but not only gift, it is the gift we will get. I mean, gifting our brothers is like an additional part which our parents make us do, but the gift we get is the most important thing in any Rakhi. So in this Rakhi, I sat down and started deciding what I want, what I will want as a gift. See, deciding that might seem like an easy task, but it's not. Trust me, I have doing this for a long time. So I started thinking about what I wanted, and it seems like that I have everything. Now I agree that no man can have a sufficient clothes or shoes or bags, but I just don't have any space left in my cupboard. So I thought think of something else. Then I thought, yeah, I do need a new phone, but that would be too much, right? So I went with customized necklace. As you can see, I'm wearing it today. But don't worry, didn't rob my brother for it. It's from Jiva, not PC Chandra or something. It's cheap. Fine. So, but this is where I made the greatest mistakes. Since this is customized, it takes like a month to get delivered, and since we don't have Jiva in Kolkata in the store, so it takes more longer. So you may ask like how this is a mistake. Well, I tell you, but before that, let's talk about something which I never make mistakes in. See, that is how a Toastmaster meeting is run. See, every Toastmaster meeting is divided into three parts. First is a prepared speak sessions where all the speakers prepare in advance for a speech, got it mentored and deliver their speech. Second is the impromptu section and the table topic section, which the table topic master give wonderful topics and anyone including the guest can participate. And that is also where we overshoot our time. So the timer and table topic master, please be aware I am watching with 4 eyes. Third and the most important part is the any Toastmaster meeting is the evaluation section. So where we get constructive evaluation for our future improvement. And for today to conduct the evaluations, we have area Q3 director. So she is not just any Toastmaster member, she is area director of Q3 and she is very bubbly and colorful, obviously, as you might have seen from her flyer. Toastmaster Nidhi. So when I asked Toastmaster Nidhi about the most thoughtful gift she has ever received or gifted anyone, so like everyone else, I mean, at least like me, her gift was she gifted her mother a brand new mobile phone and her grandmother a sari with her first salary. See, I did the same. See, so with a thunderous round of applause, ladies, please welcome Toastmaster Nidhi Mohta as our General Evaluator today.
And keep the applause going on for our Toastmaster of the day or the anchor of the show, Toastmaster Moumita, for doing a splendid job till now. So yes, gift. You know, they say that we all are the gift of God, but what we become is our gift to the God. Now, for what we become is when we know our flaws or when we know are the best ones. That is what evaluation is all about. And in Toastmasters, we are evaluated. We are positively evaluated. And this is a monumental task, a mammoth task. And thankfully, Toastmasters International provides me with the 3 pillars to carry out this task. And to begin with, we have timer. Timer Sylvia. I love her name, but what is she going to do? Let's ask from her. Timer Sylvia, why don't you explain your role to all of us?
Hi everyone, good evening. So I will be your timer for today. Basically, I will be keeping time for all our speakers. To aid this process, I'll be using 3 flashcards. The green means you have reached your time. Yellow means there is a little buffer, and on red means your time is up. Okay, so you've reached the minimum, the buffer, and the red is time is up. So I will keep time for our table topics as well as our speeches. And once done, I'll report back when the General Evaluator asks me to. Thank you, and back to you.
Thank you so much, Timer Sylvia. Could you just elaborate on what kind of cards are you going to show? Are you going to present as a PPT or normal?
Yeah, sure. So I'll be using a PPT. So just to share an example, so like if the timing for a speech is 5 to 7 minutes, at 5 minutes, I'll flash the green card. It'll be a PPT. I'll flash it.
With us? Could you please
Y'all want to see it? Okay. Yeah. Just tell me if it's good also, and if everyone can view it. Just give me a moment. I'll share it. 1 second. I think I've got too many screens open here, so sorry about that. 1 second. Yeah. So this is how your green card would flash up. Is that visible to everyone?
Yes.
And I'll just keep it for a few seconds and then stop. I'll let the speaker continue and then I'll flash the orange and the red card.
All right. And do you have any grace period to give?
Once the red card is flashed, I'll keep it flashing until the speaker stops speaking.
Okay. Just to add what timer Toastmaster Sylvia has to do, we have a grace period of 30 seconds that we will be giving in the prepared speech section in the upper and the lower limit, and also in the evaluation section. But in the table topic section, we don't have the grace period for lower limit, so you have to speak at least for a minute. So thank you so much, Toastmaster Sylvia. Moving on, can we call upon the our counter? Our counter for today is Sangeeta. Sangeeta, I had a partner in my boutique days named Sangeeta. So Sangeeta, now you are playing a role of our counter. Why don't you describe your role to us?
Yes, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible and visible, and you're looking beautiful.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Good evening, fellow Toastmaster and guests. Today, I'll be playing the role of a counter. As you all know, I have recently joined Toastmaster. So, I was wondering which role is the best. Everything seems so new to me. I had this dilemma of choosing this role. Few days back, I was curious to know how I speak. So I watched a video of Toastmaster on YouTube. While scrutinizing my part, the very important thing that caught my attention was the filler words pauses that I used. I was quite disappointed. It felt very unpleasant. Slowly, I lost my interest. This incident struck my mind, and I thought, if as a listener I lost my interest, then it goes same for other listeners too. These kind of things tends to make our speech less interesting. I realized how important it is to speak with delicacy to grab listeners' attention and interest. I got to know how important the role of a counter is. By eliminating such flaws, we can make our speech flawless and consistent.
That's why I decided to. That's why I decided to play the role of a counter. I think it's a great role to start with. My role as an counter is to count unnecessary sound, repetitive words, and filler words you may use while speaking. Words such as like, I'll be observing and taking note of such words. At the end of the session, I will present my report when General Evaluator asks me to do so. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sangeeta, for explaining the role so elaborately and with a story. Wow. Okay, going further, we have the grammarian musical aria, and let me tell you, she has the melodious voice ever I've heard. So, grammarian aria, what are you going to be? What are you going to do as a grammarian? Why don't you tell all of us?
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. So, as a grammarian today, I will be looking for the good usages of English grammar in the session and also for the not so good usages of English grammar. And I will be giving the word of the day, and I would encourage everyone to use the word of the day in their speeches. For that, I just want to share my screen and I want to share the word of the day. So the word of the day is related to gifting. It's largesse. It's a noun, which means generosity in bestowing money or gifts upon others. It also has a secondary meaning, which means money or gifts given generously. So if we take this examples as in sentences, so largesse fits in a sentence like, presumably public money is not dispensed with such largesse to anyone else. Or the distribution of largesse to the local population. So I hope you all include the word largesse and you've got a largest amount of ways in which you can use largesse. So thank you, and back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Can we have largest thunderous applause for grammarian aria for using largest words in largest way? So I've started my bit, grammarian aria, and I hope I get the maximum thumbs as well. Well, thank you so much. Going further, we have a special role of listening master, and that role is for Toastmaster Reva. Toastmaster Reva, what is listening master? I'm very good at listening. Am I the master? What are you going to do? Why don't you explain your role to us?
Good evening, General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I am the listening master for this meeting, and my role as the listening master will be more like of a teacher. I'll be noting down words, I'll be noting down dialogues and sentences used by the speakers, and at the end of the session, before the voting, we'll have a round where I'll randomly ask questions and I'll test whether everyone was being patient and listening well to the speakers or not. Thank you. That's my role for the day. Thank you. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Reva, for quickly explaining your role in such agile format and explanative too. So with that, I will come back after the table topic section or whenever the Toastmaster of the day invites me back then to Toastmaster of the day, Moumita, with her gifting solutions or art of gifting. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nidhi, for explaining the General Evaluator role for all our guests and Toastmasters today. So going back to the mistake I made, I ordered my gift way before asking what he wanted. So even when I asked him what he wanted, he said he just wanted one helmet. And I was like, wow, great. Helmet don't cost much, so much savings this Rakhi I will have. But then we went to a little helmet shop and started searching, looking for designs. He liked one. So actually he liked this one. I got this one for your consideration. If you can see, I don't know. Can you see? This is a huge helmet he liked. So I turned it back to check like how much is it. It was 7,800. So apparently LS2 helmet starts from 5K. Which he forgot to mention, obviously, for his own benefit. you can imagine how largest gift it was, and how big a hole in my pocket it made. So while I cry over that, you can enjoy our first speaker of the day. So today's first speech is from someone who has joined Toastmasters only in this April, and right now she's in level 2. So I haven't reached level 2 yet, and I joined 2 hours back. Right. So before I welcome our speaker, I would like her evaluator, Toastmaster Ruchira, to give out the let us know the speech objective.
Thank you so much, Madam Toastmaster of the Day. So our speaker today will be delivering her project on Connect with Storytelling. The purpose of the project is for the member to practice using a story within a speech or giving a speech that is a story. Timer, please note that the speech duration is 5 to 7 minutes. All the best to the speaker, and back to you, Madam Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ruchira. Okay. So for the when I asked today's speaker, she has mentioned that she has recently started painting as a new hobby, and in this Rakhi, her cousins gifted her a painting kit as an appreciation and encouragement to move ahead with her newfound hobby. And for her, this is one of the most thoughtful gifts she has ever received. So, with a thunderous round of applause, please welcome speaker of today's first speaker, Toastmaster Kamalina.
We always see a beautiful butterfly, but how many times do we really think what all transformations that butterfly went through to become such a wonderful butterfly? Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. So, in the summer of 69, in the summer of 2002, I moved to Bangalore. Rather, I was moved by my parents to Bangalore because I was having long hours of television. I was eating all the food available in the refrigerator, and I was always on the couch watching or doing nothing. So my parents, who were both working, they felt it is best to let me go to a hostel so that I understand the basic need of life and probably the life lessons. Well, that was their motto. My motto, I wanted to feel, okay, great. I have been always an only child and I will have a bunch of friends in the hostel. What a fun. So my journey started. I went into Venice Home. That was the name of the hostel. And I thought, great. This is a great start. Part of the galaxy. The moment I entered, I saw steel bunkers and I saw just one half of the wardrobe given to me. Now, the moment I entered the room, I said, okay, fine, steel bunker is fine. I want the lower bunker, lower berth. And my warden said, Kamalina, your roommate, Devastuti, has a back problem. You have to let go and give her the lower bar. And while you are tall enough, you can climb the upper bar. What? I am not getting what I wanted? How can this happen? Anyway, I was forced to take the upper berth and I was pretty disgusted with my roommate, whom I thought will actually become a very good friend of mine. Second, I used to have long baths because that was a way for me to avoid reading, in fact, textbooks. So naturally, when I went to the hostel, the water was limited and the bucket full of water is only what you have. I was shocked. This is another change coming in my lifestyle. Thirdly, I could not eat the very time I feel hungry and I open the refrigerator. There is no refrigerator in the hostel, by the way. They serve you freshly cooked meals only when they want. So there is nothing like when I want, again, a huge change to my lifestyle. Fourth, all this while, whenever I wanted something, the usual banters to my parents actually forced them to buy the thing. But here in the hostel, and those were not the times of those ATM days and ATM availability, I was forced to work on minimal. By the way, what was I learning? I did not understand until the lockdown hit. When the lockdown hit, by the time I was already prepared to do more with less, to have friends and be connected with friends while the whole world was living in isolation and depression. I already was in the habit of talking to my relatives over phone from a distance. So I was very adept to virtual relationships. So when lockdown happened, I did not feel crammed up talking to all of you or other friends on a Zoom platform. Rather, I was fortunate, at least I'm able to see you. Back then, I only could hear their voice and not see them. Thirdly, I definitely understand, and that is a very important life skill, even if lockdown wouldn't have happened. When there was a scarcity all around, I knew how to do with less. I knew the importance of life, and I knew the importance of friends and relatives. These days, we see a lot of articles floating around. Isolation in pandemic, virtual platforms getting highlighted, OTT media visual. The other day I read in the newspaper that Delhi has a maximum number of OTT viewers, followed by Mumbai and followed by Bangalore. And people are getting isolated. I honestly did not see that change in me, because while the world was watching TV in my hostel, of course, there used to be the snatching of the remote control in the hostel. I actually, by the time, left watching. I was like, forget it. I am not going to get into that rat race of snatching the remote and finding my channel. I used to sometimes knock at people's door of other batchmates' doors who came from diverse parts of the country and try to understand their sentiments. And I realized I became very flexible, which definitely helps me when I cohabit with my husband. That flexibility part definitely made me a better roommate. All this while, I was always thinking, when the hostel days came, that my parents gave me a punishment. While I realized now, all those were little bits evolving me to face life's challenges. It helped me to learn life skills, and it also helped me to become more evolved as a person, capable of fighting the modern social day battles. Now, let me ask you again, whenever you see a beautiful butterfly, do you really realize what the butterfly went through to become a beautiful one? Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day, and thank you everybody for listening to me patiently.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kamalina, for such a wonderful speech. I really loved your speech. Can I ask the timer, Toastmaster Sylvia, to let us know the timing for the speaker?
Sure, the time was 6 minutes and 59 seconds.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sylvia. So moving forward, our second prepared speech is from our very own Toastmaster Jayati, who lives by the virtue. Alone or not, you gotta walk forward. We have a Bengali song on that. So I would like to ask her evaluator, Toastmaster Janet, to let us know the speech objective, please.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. So the speaker in question today is going to deliver her level 2 from Presentation Mastery effective body language. The purpose of this project is for the member to deliver a speech with awareness of intentional and unintentional body language, as well as to learn, practice, and refine how he or she uses non-verbal communication when delivering a speech. I hope that the speaker will be our best. All the best to the speaker. Timer, please note that
Hi, I missed that there. I'm sorry. The timing for the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. Is that correct?
Toastmaster Janet, you aren't audible.
Yeah.
She's facing some network issue.
Okay.
Timing is 5 to 7 minutes.
Okay.
But let's just give her a minute because she needs to be back to hear the speaker.
Right.
Well, meanwhile, I will continue with when Toastmaster Jayati's most thoughtful gift according to her. So when I asked her about that, she does not mention about anything or particular object. See, according to her, the most thoughtful gift she ever got was an advice from her mother. Her mother said, and I will read it out because it's in quotes. The loudest one in the room is the weakest one in the room. So whenever you speak, speak wisely. See, that's why I don't speak. So with that, I will like. So is Toastmaster Janet, are you able to hear and like your network is fine?
yeah,
Okay,
it's
then
fine.
let's.
I just got dropped.
Yeah, sure.
So timer, please note the timer. Please note this time for the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. All the best to Toastmaster Jayati.
Over to you, Toastmaster Jayati.
Thank you. Am I audible and visible to everyone? Am I audible and visible to everyone?
Yes.
Yeah, yes.
I wanted to extend my arms and fly high in the sky on my honeymoon trip to Pattaya, dreaming of a wonderful adventure ahead. I was tempted, thrilled, and tingling with excitement for a new adventure. Parasailing for the first time in my life. I was going parasailing. I was so excited about it. We landed up at Pattaya, my husband and myself, and on the very next morning, we left for the paragliding camp. There at the camp, we met a lot of fun lovers who were already in the queue. So we joined in the queue and waited our turn. Then came my turn. I was fitted with the life jacket, buckled onto the harness, and then I was told to take my run. I ran towards the edge of the mountain and dived into thin air. My parachute opened and I was flying high in the skies. And the view below was mesmerizing. The sparkling waters, the valley with flora and fauna, and the beautiful mountain range, and a few birds flying right beside me. After a 10-minute experience of this ethereal environment, I was deposited safely back onto the high grounds. I was delighted and I loved it so much that I wanted to repeat it. So back I was in the queue, and then I was told again when my turn came, I was told to take my run. I ran towards the edge of the mountain and jumped. Within seconds, I realized that my parachute hadn't opened. My screams stuck in my throat, and within the blink of an eye, I fell face down into the depths of the water and died. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and respected guests, I had fainted. Thank God for my life vest, and thank God for the lifeguards who saved me in the nick of time. Otherwise, I would have been gone for. This moment brought me very close to the feeling of death. After this, I went again for a drive, but I could not do it because all those fears of, all those momentary fears of me diving off the cliff, falling off the mountain, and drowning in the water. They were all like dancing in front of my eyes. I was agonized. And then I started having nightmares. That night and the subsequent nights after that, the nightmares came back again and again of my terrifying ordeal. This continued for a few years, and then it started haunting my days, so much so that I started developing a severe fear of height and water. 15 years passed, and I went for my second honeymoon in Switzerland. Yes, with the same husband, but with a new love of mine, my son. I scoured the internet of things to do in Switzerland, and there it was. Right on top of the list, paragliding is a must. No way. Absolutely no way. Me, paragliding? No chance. But my husband, for the next 3 days, he pointed out to the gliders who were gracefully landing on the park, which was just across the hotel we stayed. On the 4th day, I mustered up some courage and I said, okay, fine, I'll go. Having said yes to my fears, I saw all my mortal fears coming in front of me, alive. It was as if some devil had taken over my mouth and said yes. After we received our gears to keep ourselves warm, gloves, snow boots, skis, we were taken to the paragliding camp. We were assigned a pilot who drove us there. It took 20 minutes for us to reach the paragliding camp. And believe me, my friends, that every passing moment I was doubting my decision to dive or not to dive, to dive or not to dive. Now, seeing my condition, my pilot, he sweet talked me into taking the leap of faith. His words coming from his charming face and the way he flicked his blonde hair swayed me into admission. Finally, we reached the paragliding camp, and then I was given the life vest, buckled onto the harness, and told to take my jump. And surprisingly, when I was running, my pace matched with that of the pace of my pilot. And I was running. I came to the edge of the mountain and stopped. I froze and I screamed, no, stop it. I just can't do this. I just can't. My pilot said, you can do it, Jay. And he just pushed me over the edge. I squeezed my eyes tightly shut, and then I felt it. The cold alpine wind caressing my face. I slowly opened my eyes, and what I saw took my breath away. One side of the Alpines was glowing like molten gold because of the rays of the sun, and the other side was shining like sparkling diamonds because of the snow. I was flying around 30 to 50,000 meters high above Lake Thun and Lake Bryan's into Interlaken. I was flying again, flying high like a bird in the sky. The sky was mine. I owned it. At this very moment, time stood still, and all my fears just evaporated. I had conquered all my fears. According to the American writer Mary Ferguson, in her book, The Heartbeat of the Home, she says, the other side of every fear lies freedom. You succeed in finding yourself through fear. So friends, why don't you ask yourselves what fears you need to face and what gives you that adrenaline rush? Because believe me, if you are brave enough to take that leap of faith, I am sure you will find your freedom. Don't you think so, Toastmaster of the Day?
Thank you, Toastmaster Jayati. Can I have the timer, Toastmaster Sylvia, the timing for this speech?
7 minutes, 20 seconds.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sylvia. So it was a wonderful speech, and I always wanted to go paragliding and all. Now I'm like scared to share. They shouldn't have attended today's session. I never thought from your speech title that it will be like this. So going forward with my theme, the art of gifting. So Rakhi also is the time when all your long lost relatives and cousins comes to your home, even in this pandemic. So like usual, my master's son, my one other brother I had, he came. But the problem with him is he's only 13. I can't ask for gift from him. I have to gift him. And his ask was as simple as my other brother. He wanted only roti and kapra, only food and clothes. So we went shopping to Quest. Then I bought him jeans, shirt, t-shirt, vest, and a whole lot of things, like everything present in Spencer's and Big Bazaar and every other stop Quest has. Then we went to food, to Burger King, then KFC, then Arsalan, then some momo stall, I don't know what it is. Then for some ice cream. And don't worry, it's not in a single day, it's over the weekend. He is well and fine. So the ice cream stall was really great. If you have ever heard of isometry, and if you have been there, you would know the hole in my other pocket, how big it is. So I am such a largest, gifter. So my brothers are so lucky to have me as their sister. So great things about this idea is that he might not be happy with an expensive or single gift, but he was definitely very happy with numerous gifts and foods and all the varieties. And with this, it is a time for a shorter speech session, that is a table topic session. And to conduct today's table topic sessions, we have someone who is a Toastmaster since 2010. So I counted, it's 11 years. Like this, 11 years. So beware all the speakers. And when I asked her about what is the most thoughtful gift she has ever received, she said that one of her friends has gifted her a BP monitor, blood pressure monitor, an oximeter, and she thinks that this is like a very generous and concerned gift. And I think like she was saving herself. You know, with this pandemic going on, she wants you to be well so that she can be well. You understand that? Huh? Next time, ask for something big. So with this and a huge thunderous round of applause, please welcome Toastmaster Nilu as our table topic master of the day. Over to you, Toastmaster Nilu.
Please keep applaud going on.
Toastmaster Nilu, sorry to interrupt. Before we move to the table topic, can I ask the vote for the best speaker to please be launched?
Yes.
So as taken back from the feedback from all of you for MOT, between sections, we'll be having voting for each individual section so that our judgment isn't clouded by the general evaluator and evaluators. So we're trying it out for the first time. So let's give our secretary just a minute to launch the poll.
So it was already launched. Could you see that?
No.
Actually,
yes, I got
she's
it
host,
actually.
that's why.
I think it was launched. I could click.
Yeah, it was launched.
Yeah.
Master Ruchira, maybe you're the host. That's
Right.
why you could not.
All right. So then we can go back to our table topic master. Thank you so much, Stephen and Nilu.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ruchira. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. Welcome to the table topic section of WIN Toastmaster Club. Yes, one of the most favorite section of mine. You know why? Because guests can also participate in it. You have to think on your feet and share your thought on topic for 1 to 2 minutes. There is 30-second grace period in upper side only. So friends, today the word of the day is largest. Please try to use as much as you can. Guests can change the topic once. If they are not Toastmaster, then only. If they are Toastmaster, they cannot change the topic. So please come forward. Who is going to participate in first? Please volunteer yourself.
Raise your hand or write your name in chat box as per your wish.
Names have already come in the chat box, Toastmaster Nilu.
Yes, Nasima, Toastmaster Nasima.
Yes, Toastmaster Nilu.
Yes, Toastmaster Nasima. For you, the topic is self-trust is the essence of heroism. Self-trust is the essence of heroism. Toastmaster Nasima, over to you.
Thank you so much, Table Topic Master. Self-trust. First, we have to believe in ourselves to become a hero or a heroine. Whenever we try something, just believe in you. Like how I believed in me by giving my name for the first, at the first sight in participating in Table Topic Master. Over these weeks, I was not at all confident in giving my name for the table topic session. Every time I will be dragged and pulled by table topic master to participate in table topics. This is the thing happening and everyone knows that. But last week I was quite disturbed by why am I sitting very idle and why am I not trying even though I'm interested in trying. What's making me to stop trying the table topic master? Because all the participants know, I know them very well, and I was in tabletop, I was in this Toastmaster for past 5-6 months, so which is stopping me. So I decided to participate this time to give my name first, so that I trust in me and I put my trust in me and my ability, so that if I do any flaws or if I make any mistakes, there is nothing wrong in that. I decided to believe in that, and so am I over here to give my table topics, and I'm very happy to participate in this. Thank you, and over to you, table topic master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nasima, and we all are happy to hear you. It was really a treat for I. Please give big round of applause for Toastmaster Nasima. Wow, lots of names are there, but is there any guest? Darshana. Before moving ahead towards the Toastmaster, I would like to invite guest Darshana. Guest Darshana, are you ready?
Yeah, well, I am.
Yes. For you, the topic is happiness depends on your mindset and attitude. Happiness depends on your mindset and attitude. Guest Darshana, over to you.
Hello, fellow Toastmasters. So as per the topic is happiness depends on your attitude and mindset. Yeah, well, happiness, I think, comes from our thought process, because what we think manifests and what we manifest brings happiness or sadness per se. So I think it's us who can, filter our thoughts and decide for ourselves whether we want to be happy or sad, for that matter, in our lives, because things never come easy to all of us. There's a certain level of struggle that's going on in all of our lives. We call it sonder, that everyone has their own story to tell. It might seem to you that I am the happiest in this moment, but probably I am not. Maybe I'm playing pretend, but who knows? So it's us who decide if we are actually happy or not. So I think that whenever life is throwing problems at you, or maybe situations at you, you can try to make out the most of it, and you can try to stay smiling at the least, if not happy. So as far as sadness is concerned, it's an emotion that should be accepted, because if your attitude towards sadness is not like, oh my God, what has just happened? I don't know how to survive this. If it's not like that, and rather it's like, okay, if this has come to me, this probably has a solution. If we start looking towards a problem that way, if we interdepend on each other instead of interfering between each other, and start working on everything that goes around together, maybe we can all make this world a happy place for every one of us. So thank you, Toastmasters. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day. Sorry, topic table Toastmaster. Thank you.
My God, what a speech. Please give thunderous round of applause for guest Darshana. Now, who will say that you are a guest? Amazing. What a take on the topic. Yes, I was totally mesmerized. Thank you so much for sharing your thought.
Thank you.
Next, I would like to call Toastmaster Kalpita. Toastmaster Kalpita, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes. So Toastmaster Kalpita.
Am I audible?
Yes,
Hello?
you are audible. Yeah.
Yeah, am I audible? There's a network issue that is.
You are perfectly audible. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Now, Toastmaster Kalpita, the topic for you, adults are just outdated children. Adults are just outdated children. Over to you, Toastmaster Kalpita.
Well, thank you firstly for this particular topic. Yes, we many a times we think like adults are matured. Adults, they know many things and we tend to listen to them more and not stop them from doing many things. It might seem wrong at times, and so forth. This often happens, I mean, it happens so that when we keep on knocking our son, who is this is not correct or that is not on telling him chance he catches any of us, me or my husband, doing something which was asked him not to do, and I'm so sorry, the network is went out.
Yes.
Anyway, yeah. So it generally happens. We adults are sometimes not shocked at many of the things that they do, sometimes wrong. And we always have tend to do things normally and forgotten many of the rules and regulations that even we also learned during the childhood days. So they also need to be scolded sometimes or even monitored and told that this is not correct or that is not correct and has to be taken care of. So definitely, I do agree. Adults are sometimes like immature children. Over to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kalpita. Though it was little bit technical glitch, but we could understand what in a whole you wanted to share. Thanks so much for sharing your thought. Please give big round of applause for Toastmaster Kalpita. Next, I would like to call Toastmaster Reva. Toastmaster Reva, are you ready?
Yes.
Yeah. Toastmaster Reva, to give anything less than your best is to sacrifice the gift. To give anything less than your best is to sacrifice the gift. Toastmaster Reva, over to you.
Thank you so much, Table Topic Master, for such an amazing topic. A very good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Before I begin with this topic, I would like to say a line. God has gifted us a very beautiful life, but the best gift we can give back to Him is the life that we experience. So it is our duty to try our best in everything we do. Starting from the day, what I personally believe is in order to make your day the best, you have to start planning it a day before. So what I do is what I do to make my day very productive is I wake up and the first thing I do is to make my bed sheet, because that is how I will live my life. The discipline, the consistency, and the patience. I think these three are the very key essential areas where we have to work in order to give the best and not settle for anything less. I am currently in college, and with every assignment and every class that I got to do from early in the morning until the night, I make sure that I at least take an hour and give my maximum output to the Toastmasters organization where I have enrolled to become the best version of myself. So why should I settle for less? So on a daily basis, even if it's like delivering a speech or participating in a different club or interacting with my mentor, I decide that I will not settle for anything less. So that is how I decide to go on for this journey. And I even encourage my fellow Toastmasters that we have enrolled in this beautiful journey where we are here to work on ourselves. So let us not settle for anything less than the best and make the most out of this experience. Thank you so much, Table Topic Master Nilu. Back to you.
Oh, great Toastmaster Reva. You gave totally different dimension to the topic. Thank you so much. Please give big round of applause for Toastmaster Reva. Next, I would like to request Toastmaster Vandana. Toastmaster Vandana, are you ready?
Yes. Hello. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. Toastmaster Vandana, for you, I have a topic. Enjoy life. There is plenty of time to be dead. Enjoy life. There is plenty of time to be dead. Toastmaster Vandana, over to you.
Plenty of time to be dead.
Yes.
Okay. Good evening, all of you, dear Toastmasters and guests. The topic is we should enjoy our life always. Every moment we must enjoy. In my life also, I had many struggling, not exactly many. It's full of struggles in my life, but no one could say by seeing me that I had so much of struggles in my life. And now I have been associated with many organizations like Lions Club, like FTS, but in all the clubs, all the members, they always appreciate me and they always wanted to become like me. Like I always enjoy, I always laugh, I always have a smiling face. So if we, in our life, if we have any problems or any misfortunes happens in our life, we always try to take out the positive things from that incident, so that if we always think of positive and always be happy, then ultimately result will be happiness. Because we should know, we should have in our mind that there is problems in everyone's life. It's not with us. Everybody has different problems in their lives. If we talk with them, we could know that they also have a different problem. So instead of thinking about those problems, we should be always happy and enjoy every moment of our life. Thank you. And over to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vandana. I truly believe and I can feel the struggle and the way you overcome. Yes, it was amazing, and thank you so much for sharing with all of us. Now, next, I would like to call Toastmaster Amrita. Toastmaster Amrita, are you ready?
I am.
Toastmaster Amrita, for you, the topic is we accept the love we think we deserve. We accept the love we think we deserve. Toastmaster Amrita, over to you.
It was when I was a small kid, a small little contest in the school. I was reciting a poetry, and it so happened that I couldn't deliver well. but I was very hopeful, high expectations, prepared well, excellent parenting back home. Couldn't agree to the fact that I lost it. I wanted that attention. I wanted all those parents sitting there to look at me. I wanted that award that day, and it didn't come to me. I was shattered. A very small kid, yet a lot of ego, esteem, everything together crumbled. And I somehow contained myself, but soon felt overwhelmed and broke down into tears. Was given away a consolation prize by the headmistress just to console me. And I kind of managed with it and came out. That was the day when I understood that attention, recognition, love holds so much importance. That was the first instance. Yes, it did reoccur in my lifetime. And I understood as I grew year by year that expectations is what brings resentment. If we expect less, whatever we get becomes the bonus. We become more satisfied. We are happier because all of it comes without any expectation. With this, I quote several motivational speakers who keep saying, keep your expectations low, a very tough one, but yet I keep striving every day to be there. Urge everyone there to do the same. Thank you.
Please give big round of applause for Toastmaster Amrita. Toastmaster Amrita, whenever I heard you, yes, I totally lost in your thought. In those short span of time, you incorporate a lot. Yes. And now, my dear friends, this was the end of today's table topic section. Now, I would like to hand over the session and the podium to Toastmaster Moumita again. Hope you all enjoyed the session a lot. Thank you so much. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nilu, for conducting such a wonderful session and such nice topics that all our speakers were able to speak to it. And everyone's so excited even to put their names out in the chat box. And everyone's is so fast nowadays. So going back to my topic, see, finding the right gift has always been a challenge for me, and most people, I presume. So I have spent countless hours searching for them in gifts in Amazon, in Flipkart, in all of the shops, and only to conclude that they are not the right places. So today I would like to ask you all, do you have any idea for me, for everyone first, for our future references, so we don't go around searching and like copy from your ideas? Anyone who would like to come here and share their gifting ideas with us? See, now no one is okay, I got one. I got Toastmaster Amrita. Yes, please.
Okay, I was thinking and flooded with so many memories of wonderful gifts I have received. Some of them very thoughtful. I don't know if I should actually term it as a gift. I was expecting my daughter, and it was a very difficult pregnancy for me. Like all other women, I had real cravings and I couldn't take food and I was very nauseatic and all of that. Yet, force myself to eat. I had to somehow call my mother to take care of me because I was on bed rest for some reasons. And then when my mother finally came in, this was the phase I was really down emotionally. All the hormones keep playing wild with you and you are really into a very terrific mood. Extreme highs, extreme lows. Food is a problem. The two things she got when she came in, one was a bouquet of red roses. Flowers is something that I love. And that was the time I really wanted them. and very few people to gift me with all of that. The second thing she got was a bag full of guavas, fresh green guavas. And that was what I was craving for. And probably even I did not realize, being a mother is what she realized, that's what I wanted to eat. And I kept eating guavas throughout her stay there. So those were the two gifts that I loved throughout.
Thank you, Toastmaster Amrita. See, that's what I was saying. Like, we don't get these ideas from websites or shops. Like, they won't tell us to take guavas there. I mean, that's just not good sales. So anyone else would like to go? So please, ladies, give me some ideas for future. Like, I don't want to get fooled again next lucky.
Toastmaster
I have
Priya
a
has
hand.
raised
Yeah. Yes. Toastmaster Priya.
Yeah, actually, I love gifting to anybody on her occasion, on his occasion. But when someone wants to gift me on my occasion, especially I told my husband that I will give you a gift list, and you have to choose according to this, because you always give me a costly gift I don't want. So take my list and please give me, because it's I am in need to use those things. So please choose one of them and give on my every occasion. First, for I just told him to do like this. And when I gift for someone, I want to gift with a beautiful package, whatever it is inside, it is small or big. I gift everybody with from my heart, and it's very uh, and it's like a token of love. And I just communicate my feelings and love and bonding through this gift that I am sharing to you. That is what I love to give you. And always, always prefer to give surprise gift to anyone, because surprise gift always gives a pleasant um, feeling what is inside, or and thought about this. That is what I want to tell about my gifting process.
Thank you,
Thank
Toastmaster
you.
Priya. See, you have a lovely idea, but I'm still stuck at your first line. Should I send you my address? After this, I will text you. Don't worry.
Sure, sure. You send your address. I will
Yeah,
give
even I
your.
like surprises too, like to get surprised.
Yeah, sure. I will. You give me the list of your
No
different
list. You
dates.
surprise me. I will text you the address only.
Okay,
Okay.
sure.
Anyone else would like to go? Like, give me some idea. Okay. Who hasn't? Is any one of the guests?
Toastmaster Jayati has her hand raised.
Okay. Yes. She's just indicating. I don't understand.
Okay. The gift, the gift I gave you in that box, remember?
Well, I ate it all. You can gift it again.
That's a gift
It was
of joy.
nice.
But that's a gift of joy.
You posted pictures everywhere and then ate it. How about our guest? Does our lovely guest has any ideas for us? Everyone is on mute. Okay, I got Darshana unmuting. Yes, please go ahead.
Uh, yeah, well, when it comes to gifting, I believe that it's a very, very delicate process, because I think the more personalized the gifts are, the better the other person feels. So whenever I am trying to select a gift for someone, I specifically think about what the person is all about, because you have, when you have a bunch of friends, not everyone could be alike. In fact, friends is still a big term. Even your siblings, they're not alike. Everyone has their own set of choices. So most of the times when I am gifting someone, I make sure that I write to them. Like there could be a materialistic gift, but I write to them. Sometimes poetry, sometimes just a quotation or a conversation that we have had sometime that stuck with me. So recently, one of my friend, very close friend, like we have been friends for 9-10 years, was leaving. Like he used to live very close to me, and now he was leaving like far away, and I had to choose a gift for him. So I had very little time. Like I had to gift him overnight, and I could not go out or buy something. So I made a gift which was like five set of notes, like each one of them starting with a song which was related to friendship, and I made the song relate to us somehow. So when I gifted him that, I don't think that if I would have gifted him a shirt, a perfume, or for anything for that matter, would have done what I saw that day. So I think gifts should be personalized to some level. I'm not saying that materialistic gifts are wrong, but even if that's 3 words from you that I'm gonna miss you, maybe it's gonna make a different impact. So that's how I think about gifts. That is it. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Yeah, I do agree that, but writing poem is a lot of work for me. That's too much work. So that was a bunch of lovely ideas from all you guys, and obviously thanks Toastmaster Priya. I will be sending her my address. But right now, I would like to hand over back to the General Evaluator for her report. Over to Toastmaster Nidhi.
So can we have a round of applause for Toastmaster Moumita for the lovely Toastmaster of the Day role she's conducting. Now, just since we have started the polling, can we have the polls for the table topics speaker, and then I can start with my evaluation.
Sure.
Meanwhile, should I also do the evaluator? Okay, yeah, it is. Yeah. Please kindly vote for your best table topic speaker so that we can begin the evaluation section. Are we done with the polling? Are we done with the polling? Okay.
Yes.
So, thank you so much. So let me begin the evaluation section with the evaluator 1, who will be evaluating speaker Toastmaster Kamalina. Can I call upon Toastmaster Ruchira for evaluating speaker 1? Yes. Can we have your AV check?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you and I can see you nicely. Now you can start.
Thank you. Great stories happen to those who can tell them. And Toastmaster Kamalina, through that inspiring speech today, you showed us what a powerful and master storyteller you are. Now, to evaluate your speech, because it was a storytelling speech, I'll use the elements of a story to give you your commendation as well as your recommendation. So let's look at the first one, which is the plot, which relates to a structure of your speech. So you started off with the question of everyone loves to see the butterfly, but how many of us know what actually the butterfly has gone through? And you ended your speech with the same question. And with that, you had a wonderful circular pattern of a story. You also shared the story of your life in the hostel, the struggles that you faced, and how that has prepared you for a life during COVID. So overall, it was a very well-structured speech. Coming to the second aspect of a story, it is the dialogue between characters that really takes a story forward. And you had the character of a warden, and I loved the way that you had such a quiet, calm, collected voice, which contrasted with the agitation that you felt when you didn't receive that steel bunker bed that you wanted. The third thing that I absolutely loved about your speech was the fact that you had a very clear takeaway in the form of a lesson which was numbered 1, 2, 3, to do more with less, to connect more with family, and to be more flexible as a roommate. Now, Toastmaster Kamalina, just as every story has 2 sides, even your speech has a couple of points which I would like to recommend to make it even better. Let's come back to the first point of your plot or your structure. What I felt was that the transitions between your points were slightly abrupt. Like when you talked about your roommate wasn't really that much of a friend, and then you jumped to a water shortage story. Was there another story there as to why that roommate wasn't your friend that you imagined? I felt that we were left a little hanging at that point. Again, from that water shortage, you moved to the present day COVID scenario. And I felt that you could have perhaps given a line that would have helped transition from one point to another. The second point of recommendation is in terms of your characters. Now, your characters did have dialogue to distinguish them, but one more aspect of characterization in a story is to describe the characters. If you had given a little bit of a visual a description, like maybe she was old with a very pursed up thin lips, then we would have been able to visualize the people that we were talking about. And the third aspect I would like to give you a recommendation on is in terms of the lessons that you had. Now, there were 3 lessons, 3 stories, which were clearly numbered. But what I was looking for was a clear linking between them. And that was possible. The story of your bunk bed relating to the flexibility, the story of your food relating to being able to be more to do more with less, and the story of your of being able to connect more with your family as well. Over on Toastmaster Kamalina, you had great structure in terms of plot. You had great dialogue between the characters and very easy and to take away lessons. If you could just take care of the transitions in your plot and structure, the description of your characters, as well as a linking of your story and your lesson, I'm sure this speech would have reached even greater heights. Toastmaster Kamalina, everyone has a story to tell, and you have inspired me to dig deep and find a story to share as well. Thank you, and back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
And we have the thunderous applause for our eval champion, Toastmaster Ruchira. Now, before I evaluate her further, let me call upon the evaluator too, and then we can have the polling, and then I'll start my evaluation. All right. So, can we have the evaluator too, Toastmaster Zenith? Yes.
Yeah.
Can we have your video check? Yes. I can hear you. Now you can start your speech.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and Toastmaster Jayati in particular. Body language is powerful than words. Toastmaster Jayati, what a wonderful and exciting speech. I'm sure you enjoyed your trip at Pattaya, and it was visible in your expression and how excited you were back then and even in this speech. So I found your speech was very engaging throughout. So I would like to give some commendations first, then I would continue with the recommendations. You stood and delivered this speech, so kudos to you that. You had a beautiful smile throughout your speech, and that was intact till the end. I really like the way you delivered your story. You are an awesome storyteller. Apart from that, you have engaged with various characters throughout your speech. So kudos to you on that as well. But like in every Toastmaster speech, there are some things which needs to be added so that it becomes the saltier and the tastier Toastmaster speech for all of us. Like I would like to recommend on you had some lesser expressions. You did not have much expression of sadness or scared. It seemed like a happier speech throughout it was. So like there was a point you said, I dived. It was a happy expression. You could have added more expression and you could have said it like, I dived and I fell down, like that. You could have added more expression to that. Well, the next one is when you were speaking about different characters, if you place them at different positions, it would have characterized them better. Like you had your son's expression and everyone else, they were in the speech. Next is if you could show a picture from your trip, it would have enhanced the effect of the speech, plus it would have acted as a prop to your speech as well. So you could take care of that as well. Lastly, it does not fulfill the speech objective at some points because it was how you use non-verbal communication while delivering a speech. You had a very good body language, but apart from that, I was expecting that how effectively and how well are you expressing yourself in a non-verbal communication because it was your Toastmaster speech. Apart from that, Toastmaster Jayati, your speech was wonderful. You had delivered and gave the speech. You had a beautiful smile. You had good body language. You were an awesome storyteller. Just if you can take care of your expressions and if you can match up with your speech objective, it will be a great speech. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Oh, wow. Can we have the round of applause for that comprehensive evaluation? Now, can we have the polling for the best evaluator and also the timing for them as well? Did we finish up the timing report for the table topic?
No, I can share for the table topic as
Toastmasters
well.
Sylvia, you can do both, and meanwhile you can vote as well. Let's do the
Okay.
multitasking.
For the evaluators, Ruchira took 3 minutes and 23 seconds. Zenith took 2 minutes and 30 seconds. For the table topics, we have Nasima at, just let me also vote. Yeah, so we had Nasima at 1 minute and 46 seconds, Darshana 1 minute and 43 seconds, Kalpita 2 minutes 12 seconds, Reva 1 minute 48 seconds, Vandana 1 minute 44 seconds, and Amrita at 2 minutes and 23 seconds. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sylvia. It means that everybody has qualified for the vote. Thank you. All right, all right. Are we done with voting for?
Yes, I've closed the
for
poll.
every section. For the
Yes, at the end we have the role player voting.
Yes, for the table topic, I'm just asking.
Yes, we have
Are
done.
we done? All right. So let me begin my evaluation, starting with the evaluator, Ruchira. Ruchira, I must say that you started off by clearly mentioning of the objective, timer length, speech length, everything done in super way. You had the perfect recommendation, and explained them with good support material. Having said that, I just have one recommendation for you. Since we are more into evaluation and we want to have more about the commendation and recommendation, your support material were a tad little longer. Try and use the support materials a little less so that you have more words of your own for the speakers, on the basis of the speaker's benefit. Otherwise, great work there. Can we have a round of applause for Toastmaster Ruchira? All right. Okay, the speaker one, Toastmaster Kamalina. Wow, what a story. I must say, I love the beginning, I love the butterfly. And I agree everything about whatever the evaluator has told you about. So I wouldn't want to repeat it. The only suggestion I have, apart from whatever the evaluator has said, try to end with a quote. You went a little nervous maybe at the end and started saying thank you, over to you, and all that. Let's not do that. Let's refrain ourselves, because I see a great orator on you. Otherwise, great work done, and kudos for the lovely story you shared with us. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kamalina. Can we have a round of applause for her for gifting us with that story, I must say. All right, talking about evaluator two, yes, the Toastmasters Zenith. I love the way you stated your objective very nicely, and you were very profound when it came to evaluation. It was just that I felt that the recommendations were that little more than the commendations. Let's not do that, and let's do it in an equal manner. Otherwise, I think you have done a brilliant job by also being robust enough to say that maybe the objectives have not met properly. So good work, Toastmaster Zenith. So can we have a round of applause for Toastmaster Zenith, if she's around? Okay. Anyways, yeah, never mind. Speaker two, Toastmaster Jayati. All right. Wow. What a start. I love the way you started off. You know, you're the perfectly acted speech I've seen in recent time, I must say. Especially the voice intubation was splendid when you said, stuck in my throat, or within seconds. Yes, of course, I completely agree that there was this one expression of smile throughout in your speech, but as they say, you should take the negative things with a smile, then why not die also with a smile? But that was not validating your point about how nervous you were. So whatever the evaluator has said, I completely agree. You know, I have few recommendations for you because I know you can do it. Now this will take your speech in a different level altogether. Firstly, usage of props already mentioned by the evaluator. Let's not get into it. I was thinking if you could have used an anecdote in between your transitions of the speech, like whenever you're starting off, maybe ram, 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 again ram, 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 like this every time, so people have a very good connect whenever you're saying that anecdote. Oh my god, she is feeling the same word. So I know Toastmaster Jayati, you can do it. So try and incorporate this. This has a very good audience hook. Also, your message was very good, but the elaboration part was a tad little more. So the message should have been a tad little more than the elaboration. We can avoid that. The elaboration about you seeing that guy and all that. Just tweak a little. Otherwise, great speech, I must say. I completely enjoyed that act, and I have to say, and kudos, keep on speaking like this. We are going to see a different Toastmaster Jayati in recent times. On that note, can we have a round of applause for everybody? Yes, for Toastmaster Jayati. Okay. Since table topic master is not here, let me just refrain her evaluation and I'll take the evaluation offline for her. Well, just starting with the table topic speakers, or should I take the report first? Let me take the report first. We are done with the timer report. Let me ask the counter, Toastmaster Sangeeta, to come up with her report. Yes.
Here's my counter report. Toastmaster Amrita had small pauses. Toastmaster Vandana had 3 and 1 repetition. Toastmaster Kalpita had 1 Toastmaster Nasima had 3 repetition and 1 Toastmaster Zenith had 1 repetition. Toastmaster Reva had 2 and Toastmaster Moumita had 3 repetition, and guest Darshana has 3 hours. That's all from me. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much for that crisp report. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sangeeta. You have done a very good job. I don't have any recommendation. All right. Only one recommendation I have in the beginning. You talked more about the role you are hoping about, and let's refrain that. Let's stick to the objective of your role. In the interest of time. That is all I have to say. Going further, can we have the grim alien Arya with her report?
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. I'll share my screen with the grammarian's report. And there are plenty of good usages and phrases like part of the galaxy, to work on minimal, to do more with less, tingling with adventure, dive into thin air, flicked his blonde hair, squeezed my eyes tightly shut, and settled for less. All those were amazing. And there were some interesting words used in the speeches like banters, crammed up, diverse, cohabit, ethereal, mustard, and manifest. And about not so good usages, there were less. Only 2 I could find. That reading textbooks could be changed to studying, could be said as studying. And he is well could be said as he is doing well or he is fit and fine. And the word of the day was used by Toastmaster Nidhi quite a few times and by Toastmaster Moumita twice. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Arya, for that lovely report. And personally, I don't have any recommendations for you. You have done a good job. All right, going further, let me begin with the table topic speakers. Table topic speaker number 1, Nasima. Self-trust is the essence of heroism. Nicely take on the topic, self-trust, and talking about your nomination, about coming first for the table topic. I must say you had a very good presence of mind. The only recommendation I have, you just stuck to one word, that is self-trust. You forgot the heroism part. Just a word like, now I feel I am the hero. that I started with the table topics would have, completed your speech. Otherwise, I really love the way you had a take on this topic. And there's a problem with your eye contact. Why I feel, and if there is a technical issue, I don't know. You were looking up that side. Okay, when it comes to e-podium, try to have a focus on one screen. Then we'll have more audience connect. All right. Otherwise, great work done, Toastmaster Nasima. Can we have round of applause for Toastmaster Nasima? Okay. Yes, Darshana, happiness depends upon your attitude and mindset. Wow. Yes. As it is already mentioned that you are the guest. Wow. If we are talking as a guest like that, imagine in few days, if you become a Toastmaster, you will be on fire, I must say. So you had a good take on the topic. Things are not easy, and talking about own story, we need to say. And suddenly getting that take on about sadness was quite mindful, I must say. I have a recommendation for you that try to incorporate examples to validate your points. For that, you have to keep coming to the club and become the member soon, maybe, and keep speaking. Thank you so much, guest Darshana.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Toastmaster Kalpita, adults are outdated children. Now, Toastmaster Kalpita, to begin with, you had some technical glitch. It was not that clearly audible for me as well, but I love the way you have started off with the basic idea how adult are. You had normal take on the topic where you talk about how normally adulthood is handled. What I was thinking, a precise example and a message at the end would have enhanced your speech. Otherwise, great work done. Keep on speaking. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kalpita. Okay, Toastmaster Riva. Do give anything less than your best is to sacrifice the gift. I must say that you had a great presence of mind by incorporating daily course. Yes, also Toastmaster, and to end with, you had a message for the fellow Toastmasters. Wow, Toastmaster Reva, you did a splendid job. The recommendation I have for you is start with the line. Okay, this is for everyone. Okay, not just for the Toastmaster Reva, but for everyone. Generally, we have the tendency when we are handovering mics or the podium to each other, we tend to say thank you, that was a lovely topic, but we forget that table topic is also a speech. So we make sure you deliver as a speech and not as an answer somebody is asking you a question. Okay, the table topic master will understand and will accept your great gratitude even in the chat box. Thank you. So on that note, great work done, Toastmaster Reva, and keep on speaking like this. I loved your speech, honestly. And the only recommendation I have, I've already spoken. Thank you so much. Oh, yeah, Rhino, round of applause, round of applause.
Thank you so much.
Okay, Toastmaster Vandana, enjoy life. There's plenty of time to be there. I love the way you associate different fraternity of how you're enjoying the life and the different side of life. You then had a positive side approach, which was very prudent, I must say. The only recommendation I have, since it's a 1 minute speech, you elaborated one point a tad little more. Okay, you could have come up with more points. For that, you need a little practice. Keep on coming to the clubs and keep on practicing and speaking like this. I love the speech. I love your take, and keep on speaking. Thank you so much. Round of applause for Toastmaster Vandana. Okay, the Toastmaster Amrita, we accept the love we think we deserve. I was on the ball, you know, by hearing your speech. It was so wonderful. You had a great beginning and a super story. This is what I was saying, that if you have a story, complete that story. At times in the rush to validate our points, the story becomes haywire. So she had a complete story and with a twist, because her story was more about sadness and what she wanted to say, but it came with a twist when you said that you started accepting it. and then she had a take on the expectation part with a very, very good message for all of us that we should expect less to be happy. The only recommendation I have is that too, I'm little being nitpicky about it, is a little call to action, that how do we do that? How do we expect less? How do we do that? The message you had, that a call to action, maybe start thinking something about us, or maybe empathizing with the people. This way we may expect less, maybe. So a call to action would have really validated your point, and a perfect speech would have enhanced your speech. Otherwise, I loved your table topic take, and thank you so much for speaking. All right, time to evaluate the entire meeting. The SAR had a humble beginning. We started on time. I love the way she had given us the exercise of good breathing with the perfect call to action, I must say, stated the rules very perfectly. I have one recommendation that, at times the Toastmaster of the day might have some way to introduce the theme. So we should refrain ourselves to incorporate the same theme. All right, this is just one of the recommendation. Try to have your theme as well. So that's it. Otherwise, great work done, Sa. Give me a round of applause for this. The president nicely introduced the guests, the Toastmasters and the non-Toastmasters. He made sure to take the feedback of Toastmasters, guest Toastmasters. Later on, that was a very prudent way of handling things. And also you incorporated an anecdote, was very very soothe and very serene, I must say. Great work done, Toastmaster Ruchira. Can we have a round of applause for her? Toastmaster of the day, yes, start of gifting. And today I received the gift of listening you. You had a humor sprinkle all over. I was enjoying it throughout. You had an interactive session about Rakhi and how the gifts are incorporated with perfect way of blending each section of the meeting. I loved everything. I have a few recommendations for you. Just one, because I know you can do it. That's why I'm recommending this one line. If you can incorporate while introducing evaluator, that will have a equal way of introduction to all of the speakers. Secondly, please have an AV check before you announce the speech title and the speaker. That way the speaker also gets a time to relax. Okay. And thirdly, though you had an interactive session, that went a tad little more in the interest of time. Let's have the role plays, the time limit, because for a good quality club, we should maintain the time limit. I think I am done with the thing. Table topic master, since she's not there, but let me just evaluate as an overview. She nicely stated the table topic rules, and the word of the day, again, she mentioned that was done in a very nice manner. Maybe a little incorporation of a theme and would have enhanced the entire section. Otherwise, I like the topics. It was they were open-ended and quite nicely to speak. And with that, I come to the end of my evaluation. I hope it turns out to be a gift for all of you. And over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster. Thank you.
Give the round of applause going for Toastmaster Nidhi. Thank you, Toastmaster Nidhi, for the awesome evaluation. I am pretty sure that with that kind of evaluation, our club will also reach newer levels soon. So moving forward with my theme, so thankfully for all these years of search and all your suggestions, I have mastered, I would say master, like I have upgraded myself to the art of gifting. So here's, I think that too often people carve to learn new things they are passionate about, like learning a new foreign language or learning any instrument like drum for me or guitar for someone else. So how about we give them that experience or the chance to learn it now? So from next time, if someone is interested in making friends or learning the art of speaking or learning how to present your do a presentation, give them our club's voucher or paid for them for our club, like sponsor them so they can join our club. We get membership and they get nice gifts to improve themselves in future. So now it's time for the awards, and with this I would like to hand it over to our apparently very scary president, Toastmaster Ruchira.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Moumita, and I will remember that introduction definitely. Now, coming to today's session, let's keep a round of applause going for our Toastmaster of the Day for conducting such a brilliant session today. Now, before I move on with the winners, let me take a little bit of feedback. So we have with us guest Darshana. So guest Darshana, if I can have your feedback about now that you did attend the session, what are your thoughts about Toastmasters?
Hi, Toastmaster Ruchira. Thank you for the opportunity. First of all, I'm really glad that I took this opportunity and came forward to attend this session. And I'm glad that I approached Shruti about the same. And I would say that Toastmasters came to be much more than what I have thought about it earlier. Watching those videos, I had no clue that there are clubs and there are people like you, who promote public speaking at this level. And I would really love to be a part of your team, your club, so that we can meet more often and I can hone my speaking skills better. Thank you so much.
That's the best kind of feedback that we want to hear from you, and our VP membership will be in contact with you and would help you with all the details and the onboarding into the club as well. So look forward to having you as a Toastmaster very soon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now, let me quickly take a little feedback from our guest Toastmasters from other clubs. We had our speaker, Toastmaster Kamalina from TM ITC. If you'd like to share your feedback about today's session.
Yeah, I think since we also run sessions, so we know that having people on a Sunday evening and it's 8:18 and we still have 16 people, that definitely means that the session is at par and has reached its excellence and people are getting value add out of the session. I am no exception. I myself am hooked up and not going to the other room where my friends are waiting because I just wanted to hear the entire thing. Lot of learnings, loads of things. And I wish you the best and I wish best WIN Club. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kamalina. I think that was the highest compliment that you pay, that you left your friends to listen to this bunch of our Toastmaster friends over here. And we look forward to having you at our club again and again. Toastmaster Vandana, I can see that you're here. If you would like to just let us know the name of your club and your feedback about today's session.
Yeah, I recently joined that Delhi Toastmasters Club. So here today, I think I confidently spoke. I didn't have the heartbeats, like higher heartbeats. So I think, and I'm the guest, I have been informed by Nilu ji. So I will talk to her and I'll also try to join this club.
Oh, that's lovely to hear. We definitely look forward to having you at our club as a guest, as a member. It has been a pleasure to hear you today evening. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
We also have with us a lady who is no stranger to WIN Toastmasters, our General Evaluator, Toastmaster Nidhi. If you'd like to share a little unofficial feedback about the session as a whole.
Unofficial, okay. Unofficial is I love to write speeches, thinking in mind that I have to deliver in WIN.
Yes.
Unofficial is that, and soon I'm going to deliver a speech in WIN, and this is the best part about WIN, that how somebody can think about a venue first and then write a speech. And that is what WIN is about. I love this club, and don't ask for the dual membership because, I'm
no, we do understand. We won't ask that of you. We just request that you keep coming to our club each time.
Absolutely. And please, everybody join this club.
Yes, thank you so much, Toastmaster Nidhi. And with that, let me quickly make a few announcements for the members of WIN. Since you all have just attended the mentoring workshop from 5 o'clock, we do have your mentor-mentee pair PDF ready, and that will be shared on the WhatsApp group. So in case there are any changes or updates, you can check out who your mentor is. Please reach out to them for mentoring regarding your speeches, your role plays, and I hope that today's workshop has really opened your eyes in terms of how varied, how vast, and what exactly mentoring at Toastmasters can offer you. The next question which I have is that I'd ask you the question now. If you can please, just with a show of hands, quickly just show whether a Wednesday, or that is a weekday, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. works for the second workshop which you had requested for, which is on best practices for role play. The trainer is not available on a Sunday, so does a weekday 8 to 9 p.m. work? If you can give a show of hands. Okay. Okay. All right. So that looks like a pretty good response. Then I'll inform our trainer for the same. And please do share your feedback about the workshop that was conducted, because this was the first workshop that WIN Toastmasters has hosted. So we definitely like to know your feedback for the same as well. Now, with that, let me quickly announce the results for today's voting as texted to me by our secretary.
We still have a part of the poll left.
Okay, okay, Toastmaster Arya, please launch the poll for the role players.
Yes. I have not yet played my role, listening master.
Oh, okay, okay.
That's my bad. That's my bad.
Okay. No, it's okay. It's okay. Can I play it now?
Yes, please go ahead.
Sure. Okay. So as the listening master, I have closely listened to all the speakers that came over to the virtual podium to speak or to share their experience. And here I have noted down 10 questions, keeping the time limits on my mind. So here it goes. And I also have a special gift to the winners of for today's session. So I do hope everyone present here participates well. And I'll be keeping a tab on this on the raise of hands as well. So the first question is, what is the most important thing in Rakhi? What is the most important thing in Rakhi? I think this was asked by the Toastmaster of the day in the beginning of the session itself. What is the most
gift?
Yes, Toastmaster Nidhi said it first. Okay, so this point goes to
Who's
Toastmaster
keeping the
Nidhi.
score? Who's keeping the score?
I am keeping it, or do I have a helper?
No,
I'll
keep
it. Oh, you'll keep it. Okay. So Nidhi, Toastmaster Nidhi has 1 point. So who has the most melodious voice our General Evaluator has ever heard? Who has the most melodious?
Arya.
Yeah, Toastmaster Ruchira. This point goes to Toastmaster Ruchira. Okay, so the third question is, which Toastmaster is in level 2? Which Toastmaster is in level 2?
Kamalina.
Yes, it's Toastmaster Nidhi got it right. Okay, so it's 2. Toastmaster Nidhi has 2 points and Toastmaster Ruchira has 1. I knew how to do with less. I know how to do with less. Who said
Toastmaster
this?
Kamalina.
Okay, so it's Kamalina. Right, you're right.
No, she was confused. She should get half point.
We'll keep that in mind for the next meeting. Okay, so the fifth question is, who went to Pattaya for her honeymoon trip? Who said it first?
Amrita.
Who said it?
Amrita.
Yes, Toastmaster Amrita. Okay. So I want everyone's mic to be on first of all, because I expect everyone participating in this session. So this point goes to Toastmaster Amrita. So the sixth question is, where did Toastmaster Jayati go for her second honeymoon?
Switzerland.
It's Nidhi. Toastmaster Nidhi got it right. And question number 7 is, who has been in the Toastmaster organization for the last 11 years?
Nilu.
Toastmaster Nilu.
Nidhi, Toastmaster Nidhi got it right. Okay. So take out the positive things from the misfortunes. Who said this? Take out the positive things from the misfortunes.
Toastmaster Amrita?
Vandana.
No, Vandana. Toastmaster Vandana. Who said it?
Toastmaster Vandana answered her own question.
Okay, so that's a point for Toastmaster Vandana too. Okay, so the 9th question is,
What did Toastmaster Amrita got as a gift? What did Toastmaster
Roses,
Amrita
red roses.
Guava.
And guavas.
and
No, guava. Guava was the
guavas
most
and
important.
red roses? Okay, so 50-50 points to Toastmaster Ruchira and Toastmaster Moumita. And the final question is, everyone has a story to share and you, Toastmaster Kamalina, has inspired me. Everyone
Ruchira.
has a story. Yeah, this point goes to Ruchira. So who answered this?
It goes to Kamalina.
Oh, Toastmaster. Okay, so we have a clear winner of this session. It is none other than Toastmaster Nidhi, our General Evaluator, and I will be sharing your gift through my chat.
All right.
Seriously, she'll share.
Yeah, I will be sharing. Just a second.
I love them.
Okay, so there it goes on the chat. Your medal for this session.
That was a lovely session, Toastmaster Reva. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Back to you, to President Ruchira.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Reva. Toastmaster Arya, if you can quickly launch the poll.
We do not have the listening master here.
Can't submit. Unable to submit.
No, you have to drag it down. Drag it down, then you'll be able to.
You have to answer all the questions. Okay, done. I voted.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
Not the other thing that you did. I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything.
Where is Sa?
All right. Arya, can you just ping me the results on WhatsApp? Just the name would be enough.
Sure.
I'm enjoying Arya's take. Lip sync, it's like right now. An advertisement is going on. Lip sync.
So while Toastmaster Arya sends me the role player winners, I wanted to share one story about a gifting, which I didn't speak then for the lack of time. So my best friend and I have been best friends for I think about 15 or 16 years, and we have this elaborate birthday gifting ritual, and it comes in like a box, and it's made of like little things that we know each other would treasure. So the thing happened last year. Her birthday is in May, and the lockdown had just happened around mid-March, so we didn't have anything really to gift or get for this time. So what we did is I found this recipe for making a shower bomb kind of thing, which would make with nice scents and colors and oils, and I made the entire thing homemade soap kind of things, and they looked really pretty, and I gave them in a jar. However, they didn't work, as in if you kept them underwater, they melted, made the floor completely slippery, and was a complete flop from a useful point of view. So instead what she did was store, since they're made in pretty shapes and sizes, what she did was just store them in a jar. But what was the payment that we sort of received is that I used a silicon baking mold to make these soaps, and unfortunately the soap granules could not be washed out of the silicon, so we can never use that for baking, which we realized when we tried to use it for baking, and everything smelled of soap despite washing it. So that was my story about gifting that I just wanted to share with you. I have received the winners list for today. So as best speaker, we have with us Toastmaster Jayati. Please give a round of applause. The best table topic speaker is a tie between our Toastmaster Reva and Toastmaster Amrita. Congratulations to both. Our best evaluator comes to myself. The category 1 role player goes for our General Evaluator, Toastmaster Nidhi. Category 2 best role player goes to our listening master, Toastmaster Reva. And our most improved role player also goes to Toastmaster Reva. This has been a wonderful evening for her with three awards in the bag. And with that, I formally conclude the meeting. And as always, please feel free to stay back and chit chat. I will make Toastmaster Moumita the host. I have a call to attend right now, so I'll drop off.
Stop the recording.
Yeah. Thank you so much.